Hi everybody, I'm Kim. Welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. Today let's learn how to put this beautiful modified granny square blanket together. I will put the link to the video where I show that in a wrap-up video, and I will put the link down below for the tutorial on how to make these trying to get it better, how to make these squares. So right now we're just going to learn how to put them together and put the whole blanket together. I've already put these two together, and these are just random squares I've made. I'm just doing a quick little instructional here. So I've got these two together already. Next, we are going to put these two together. What I first need you to do for the blanket is to grab 3 colors that you're going to use for your border. You will need 3 colors. I am going to be using these 3 colors just because they're here and I have them. I am putting mine together with orange because that's going to be the first color that I put around my border. So I've got my 2 squares. I'm going to put them front sides touching. Okay? Now I'm going to grab some yarn, and what I like to do is just measure it out. I leave a little tail hanging out there, and then this is how long it's going to be, and then I just give it half of that. And that's how long I use for my length of yarn. Now let's go ahead and thread our needle. And I guess I forgot to tell you what you're going to need. You need 35 of these, 35 squares. As I said, 3 colors for your border. I used a 5mm hook. You'll need a darning needle and a pair of scissors. So let's go ahead, get our needle threaded, and we're going to line these up. There's a chain 2 in each corner, so we're going to line those up. Now, you have your stitches. We are going to be using the outside stitch of each of these. So I'm going to go into my corner here. There's 1, 2. I'm going to go into the outside of that one, and then I'm going to cross over here, and there's my 2, and I'm going to go into the outside of that one. And I'm just going to leave it like that. Just a little tail hanging. Now coming in from this side, we're going through that outside stitch and crossing over to that outside stitch. Just like that. And we're going to continue doing that. We'll take this side, the outside, and that side. And then we come in from this side. And we're just going through the outside stitch. And don't go through that inside. It's just the outside of each of those stitches. Just like that. Back and forth. Now I'm going to tighten that up by holding each end. Holding each end. And now we're going to go back in, grab that outside and that outside. And then we're back at the corner. I'm going to grab the outside of this one and the outside of that one. There and there. Look at that. I just had enough. Now hold on to this end and hold on to this end and pull tight. Now when you open that up, look at that. They are put together and you can't even see that you used an odd color of yarn. So you're going to do that for your 5 squares. You're going to put 5 squares together this way. Then you're going to do your next row of 5. And once those are together, like so, you have two rows. You're going to pop those so that they are facing. The fronts are touching each other. And this is going to come down like this. All right, so if you have clips, fabric clips, these are fabric clips. They look like mini pinchy clothespins. That was the word I was looking for. What I like to do is at my corners, I put a clip there and a clip there just to hold them together. And then I go down here and I put a clip there so that my corners match up. Then I take my yarn that I'm using to sew them together, and I'm gonna do a little bit more this time because it made me nervous, if I'm honest. All right, so we're gonna pretty much do the same thing, except this time we've got them clipped because you're gonna have 5 squares all the way across. And it's not so easy to keep them where they belong. Get my strings loose there. Okay, and the same thing we just did, except there's more of it. So there's our corners. There's 1 2 stitch, 1 2, and I'm going to go into that outside and into that outside. I'm just going to pull my yarn through, leaving a tail. Then I'm going to come through that other side right there and into this side, just like that. And we're just going to do like so. So just go ahead and sew up your side, and when I get to my corner, I'll show you what I do. Okay, I've pretty much made it to the corner. I went ahead and I tightened that up. Now I'm going to take this one off, and what I do is I'm going to move that over just a smidge. I take my threads and I just tie them in a knot. Just like that. Nice and tight. Then I'm just going to set those aside, and I'm going to go back to going through my outsides. Just like so. Take that one off. There's my corner. I'm going to go in here to this one and over to that one. And then I'm just going to continue making sure that all my stitches are lined up. And I'm going to continue doing so. So just continue that, and I will meet you back here. Okay, I've come to the end. I've put one stitch into that corner, and I'm going to grab the other stitch of that 2-chain corner. There we are. I'm going to hold this. I'm holding that and pulling, but if you have 5 of these across like you're supposed to, just every time just kind of pull like that. Okay, so you're going to have rows of 5, and it's going to be 7 rows long. 7 rows of 5 for a total of 35 squares put together like this. Now, some people might put their corners together differently, but this works for me. I mean, look, my corners are right there. And I think what I should have told you, if you don't have these little clips, I used to use just these kind of stitch markers, and I would just hold them together like that. Whatever you have that is going to hold your pieces together to make it better so that they don't go sliding around. All right, so let's say now you got 5 going across, 7 going down. Yay, you've got your blanket together. Now, take the same color you used to put them together and see, I mean, there's pretty much no, you can't see. You can't see the seam. All right. So now, like I said, using the same color that you put it together, let's get a slip knot on our hook, like so, starting any corner. We're going to put 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single, and then we're just going to go ahead and put a single crochet into every stitch. And the great thing about this square is that you have stitches on all 4 sides. So you don't have to guess where to put your stitch. It's right there. So we'll do this. I'm going to show you what you're going to do when you get to your corners. Okay, now see this. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go back in to that same last stitch. And just pretty much make a knot. And now this is way too long. I don't need this to be this long, so I'm going to cut that to make it more manageable. Now, that's a stitch right there. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Then I'm going to go over here, and with my tail and back, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then just continue on my merry way, crocheting over that tail. Okay, so just go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, where your corners meet, just go ahead and make a knot. I guess we should have done that to begin with. It's just easier. There we go, just like that. And over here we'll do it. We're just going back into those last two stitches. And just making a simple knot. All right. So anyway, now that you've got all of those knotted together, you're just going to go ahead, put a single crochet into every stitch. When you get to the corner, you're going to put one crochet, oh silly, one single crochet, chain one single crochet into the corner space, like so. And do that all the way around. Okay, now that you've made it all the way around, let's go ahead and slip stitch into that first single crochet, and let's slip stitch into the corner. We're going to chain 3, and we're going to put 4 double crochets into that corner. Including that chain 3, it is 5. Like so. Now let's go ahead and put a double crochet into every single stitch all the way around. And when you get to the corner into that chain 1 space, you are going to place 5 double crochets into every corner and 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around, and I will meet you back at the beginning. Okay, now that we've gone all the way around, we are going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, and then we're going to fasten off. At this point, you may want to take a stitch marker and mark that 3rd double crochet in every corner, just so you know that is your corner. I thought I had another one out. I was wrong. So we've got 1, 2, 3. That can come in handy for the next round. All right, so now we're done with that color. Let's grab our middle color. The middle color is just going to be single crochets. And we are going to start 1, 2, 3 from the corner. So just go ahead. That's my corner. Let's go ahead, get some single crochets going. And this is why we might want to mark that 3rd double crochet, because that is our corner. And into that space, 1, 2, 3 single crochets. And again, we might want to mark that middle one, because that's going to be our corner next round. And we just go ahead and do this all the way around. And when we get to the end, we are just going to slip stitch to that beginning single crochet and fasten off. All right, now that you're all connected, here's our corner. Get your third color on your hook. Here's your corner. Count 1, 2, 3, and in the 3rd one, we're going to start our repeats. So let me get that back there, and we got 1, 2. We're going to slip stitch onto there, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to double crochet in the next stitch, single in the next, double in the next, treble, double, single, double, treble, double, single, and we are just going to do this all the way to the corner. where we have a treble. Oops, that's a single. We want a double. Okay, it starts out with a treble, double, single, double. And then you go treble, double, single, double. So treble, double, single, double, treble, double, single, double. All the way to the corner, and I will meet you there. Okay, your last stitch before the corner should be a double. Let's take our stitch marker out of there, and into every corner, into that one stitch right there, it's a single, a double, a treble, a double, and a single. That's your corner. And then it is a double in the next stitch and a treble. And then you just continue that same, where it's treble, double, single, double, treble. Double, single, double, treble, double, single, treble, double, single, all the way across, making sure that into every corner you put a single crochet, double crochet, treble, double, single into that one corner space. And I'll go ahead and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so you slip stitch to the top of that chain 4 to finish that round. Now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to go right back into that treble. We really are. And we are going to put a single, chain 1, single. Now we are going to put a single crochet into that double. We're going to skip just a second. Yep. We're just going to skip over that single crochet from the previous row, and we're going to put a single into that double, and then into the top of the treble, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into the top of the double, skip that single crochet into the double, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into the top of the treble, single into the double, skip the single, and then you put a single, chain 1, single in the same stitch, single, skip that one, and we just do this all the way around. You're skipping a single stitch, and you're putting a single into the double, and into the top of the treble, it's a single, chain 1, single. Just like that. And that gives you your nice little point. So go ahead and do that all the way around, including your corners. Oh, you didn't see that, did you? Including your corners. You skip the single, and then it's going to be single, chain 1, single, skip. And just, then when you're done, you simply slip stitch to this first stitch over here. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong spot. Your first stitch, and sew in your ends. So I hope this was helpful, and I thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.